Hey guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. I am super excited to share with you a new series that's going to be a monthly series here on my YouTube channel, and this is a collaboration with Collie Bing here on YouTube. And basically we're going to share with you one page a month, and it's more geared to what is going on with that season or that monthly theme. So for starters, I want to share with you what I am going to be using with this page, and then we'll get right on to the process video. So this month, because it's January, I am starting off with some snow pictures, and I just decided to do 4x6, and so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 pictures, all 4x6, and these videos are going to be for the series. I mean, it's going to be double page layouts. So for those that have liked my double page layouts before, you are going to have a double page layout once a month, at least once a month from me because of this series. So yay. And then for those that do not want or don't care for double page layouts, I will be making some single page layouts throughout the month as well, so don't worry about that. So let's get started with the products that I'm using. Because it's snow, there's a lot of whites, but I have this really adorable sticker that I got from the dollar spot at Target, and so I am going to be sprinkling some of these colors in my page, but my page would mainly be white and blue. So this is where I'm going to be infusing the colors. I'm going to use that, and then I have a bunch of stickers here because I want to have a long title. So I have 3 stickers here, and then these are from Basic Gray. And then I also have this puffy sticker, also from the dollar spot at Target, that I am wanting to use. We'll see which one I use. And then I want to do some something with vellum, maybe just to soften things up. And I do have some pattern papers, so these are just scraps, but I figured that I can incorporate a little bit of them on the layout because I pull the colors from here, so they will coordinate. So these are just a bunch of scrap papers from various manufacturers. And then I also have some glittered paper over here, and it's blue, so that'll be cool. And then here are my base, which is just kind of a sky blue textured cardstock from Basil. And then I also have this SCI paper pack. It's called White Elegance, and it's just a bunch of really pretty white kind of tone-on-tone papers. And so this is, I think it was made specifically for like weddings, but I figured I can use this for my white page. And I actually started off by grabbing a free cut file. I believe this one's from Photoplay Paper. I signed up for their newsletter. Anyways, I got these cut files of snowflakes that I've already cut with my die cut machine, and I used the papers from here and cut them in 4 different sizes, but then I cut them in 3 different papers. So they are a little bit, they're just very subtle differences between the snowflakes that I thought would be really nice to incorporate on my page. So those are all the things that I plan on using. I might incorporate something else later on, but that is the foundation of my page. And so let's get on with the process. All right, so I am starting off by cutting my papers. I wanted to make sure that my background is all set to go, so I'm just cutting those off. I believe I'm cutting them into an 11 3/4 by 11 3/4 size, and then I'm just cutting out my blue paper. This is going to be my foundation, and if you've watched my videos before, you know that I always cut the insides of it so that I can save that paper. I usually use it to mat items and or make bases for cards. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm just laying it all out. I don't normally adhere anything until I am happy with the results of my layers here. So I'm just kind of layering it, just playing around and seeing what I need to do. So like I said before, I wanted this to be pretty much tone on tone. It won't end up like that if you saw the the finished page in the beginning of this video, you know that I will add a ton of color here, but the base will be pretty much white and light blues to denote the snow. So I'm just cutting up some paper, and these are leftover papers actually from when I cut my snowflakes. So I'm just trying to utilize the items that I do have. And then these are my photos. So I have 4 vertical ones and then 1 horizontal. And then this is when I decided that I wanted to cut some papers into blocks. And also, if you notice in the beginning of this video, I added a sketch to this. And so every one of my layouts for this particular series will have a sketch included. And so if you want to download that free sketch, or at least save it on Pinterest, it's going to be on my blog, and the link will be in the description below. So these are just a bunch of scraps that I have, and I mainly focused on colors that are part of that really cute sticker that I got from Target that had a lot of polar bears and penguins. So I'm going to be adding those squares on the left vertical and side, and then on the bottom horizontal side of my 2-page spread. I like to do whatever I do on the left, I do on the right, because it just creates a good balance between the two. So I opted to take out one of those white textured paper out, and then insert a striped black and white paper instead. I thought that that would be kind of a good contrast against all of the whites, and it actually brings the photo a lot more, brings it out a lot more instead of just the white one. So here is the glittered blue paper, and it's from Die Cuts with a View, and I'm going to be adding that on the center. In my sketch, my title was actually on the top of that horizontal photo, but I'm going to move my title over to the center of that page just because there's no room on the top anymore. And then it's just going to say, baby, it's cold outside. So a little bit of story about these photos. Since we're talking about January, and January is winter, one of the winter months, I decided to do or to document some snow pictures. The irony of this actually didn't happen in January. It happened, I believe it was in February. This was 2015 that it happened. So anyways, we had this big snowstorm, and it's one of those snowstorms that since moving here to Colorado 6 years ago, we have been waiting for, because everybody was saying that, we could get blizzards here, and it was just one of those things that, I mean, I know it sounds a little scary, but we were kind of sort of excited about it because we've never been in a condition where it's blizzard, that the interstate was closed and everything was closed and you just stay home. So we've never had that experience, and so this particular snow, we've kind of had a taste for it. It's not quite blizzard where you have wind gust and the snow is just covering your door. It's not quite that. However, the school district was had a snow day for 3 days, and even my husband was told to go home in one of it was the second day. The first day he only had half day because everybody was canceling their appointments, and so all of the medical um, workers, or medical staff I should say, was just told to go home, and so he just had a half day, and then the following day he was off as well. So it was one of those things that I wanted to document because living in Southern California for a long time, we never had this experience. And we've had snow before here, of course, but not to the point where it's just basically stopped everything around us. And it was good being home for all those times. We were feeling a little bit of cabin fever
of course, at the end of the second day. But other than that, it was a very interesting experience. And so one of the kind of side effect of having so much snow is that my kids got to play with snow for 3 straight days. And then at the third day, they really just wanted to make snowman. And because the snow here is not as packed as some other areas, it's very fluffy and just powdery. So what they decided to do was they decided to pack some of our buckets, you know, those buckets that you use for cleaning. So they filled up some of those buckets with snow, and then they packed it up, and then they would turn over the snow, and then they would make, like, stack them up into 3 stacks to make it look like like snowman, but they're kind of more like robots because they're so stiff, they're not, you know, round. Anyway, so that's what they did on the third day, and I took a picture of it, and that was the picture, the vertical photo. So all these photos were just taken with my phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy, so it's not a very clear picture, but it it preserved the memories for us, so that was good enough for me. And then the pictures that I'm putting, the 4 vertical ones, are just pictures from the first and second day. I think on the first day, I stuck a ruler in the snowbank, and it measured 8 inches already. And that was like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I think we got over a foot of snow for that entire time that we were snowed in. So going back to the layout, I'm just adhering everything now. I'm committing. As you can see, I trimmed my photos a little bit, so they're not true 4x6 anymore because I wanted some spaces in between them, and I also wanted them to be to fit within that smaller block of circle that I have. I mean, not circle, but square that I created for my page. And then here I'm just adhering those squares again. Now I had a little bit difficulty with the squares because I didn't want, here I am, I'm kind of mixing them all up because I didn't want the patterns, like if there was the same pattern, I didn't want them to be close together. So I kind of had to do a little bit of movement around, and then I wanted to make sure that there's also space in between them. And because I didn't measure anything, I'm just eyeballing them, and I'm just trying to make sure that they are where I want them before I stick them, or before the adhesive sticks properly. I do have an ATG gun, however, I buy the generic brand of tape, and so this particular generic brand, it doesn't stick right away, so it's good for me when I'm trying to move things around. It won't rip my paper, so I like that fact, and it's cheaper, so it's all good. So, like I said, my title will be Baby It's Cold Outside, and I'm just using a couple of chipboard letters. The wide white one are as thickers. I can't remember what specific name the thickers is, but that's what I'm using. And then the It's is from Basic Gray, and that's all that I'm going to be using. I used some wax paper to initially adhere or lay out my title, and then I'm just moving it around so that I can make sure that it's all centered. And then, like I said, I wanted to use up these really adorable stickers that I got from the dollar spot at Target, and that's where I'm going to basically dress up those squares with those cute accents. And then I'm also adhering, I have to adhere my snowflakes. It took some time to cut them, so I have to add them. And then I decided that they were not looking finished, so I'm going to add some buttons. And so I grabbed my jar that is filled with blue buttons, and that's what I'm going to be adding in the centers of it. I am going to thread some twine to a few of them, not all of them, just a couple, I believe, the biggest ones, and then I'm going to finish them off and adhere them to the centers of the snowflakes. And as you can see, I adhered some of the snowflakes, the smaller ones, on the squares on the left side, and then I also added some of those cute puffy stickers on some of those blocks as well. And so this is my first layout with this new collaboration that I have with Coley Bing. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section below. Coley Bing's video will also be linked in the description below if you wanted to see what she created for this month. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you guys will visit us again next month for the next installment of this video series. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.